Good evening everyone. My name is Devanand. I am a faculty of heat transfer in Mechanical Engineering Department, ACE Engineering Academy, Hyderabad. So today's session is very surprising for me as well as because whoever watching mostly they are electrical engineer and they don't know me, and I never get the opportunity to deal with the other branch of engineering like electrical and other branch. My subject is always deals with the mechanical. So due to this reason, I never face any electrical engineer students, and electrical engineer student never face me. But it's a very golden opportunity for me, because for me all are students only. So I welcome you all to the very first session, that is nothing but the heat transfer in tsgenco. So this video is not for the any other competitive exams. Make sure कि this is not for the RRB, JEE or engineering services or the GATE or any other competitive exam. This video specially I am talking about typical about your tsgenco examination, right? Now why it is like that, why it is like that, after like first time there are some subjects are involved like thermodynamics, power plant, and my subject specially heat transfer is involved. Now it's a news, of course it's a news among all the electrical engineer students कि mechanical subjects are added and all that. Of course it creates some topic of discussion, but what I am saying to you, believe me, it's a part of the syllabus. If they add it means the rules are same for everyone. So if you create panic also, there is nothing will happen, because it's not only for particular student, it's for the whoever may be. Those who are writing tsgenco in electrical engineering, they have to face this subject. So the conclusion of the story, the rules are same for everyone, so no need to feel any panic, okay. And now, so once again I remind you, this is for AE electrical engineer tsgenco exam. So today we are talking about some preparation strategies and all that. And if you are coming to this class or these videos by expecting that within 1 hour your life is going to change, or you are going to you got the very good knowledge or something, then you are not in a right place. Right now we are first time, like we are discussing this topic. So first time you are going to learn what do you mean by heat transfer and all that. So that's why I can't promise that within 1 hour you are going to get confidence or something like that, no. But of course I will put some light on this subject, so that it will show you the path what this subject. So I will make you introduction of the heat transfer with your branch of engineering, right? And this heat transfer is no need to give any introduction to mechanical guys, because mechanical guys is one of the foundation subject. Like in your electrical engineer, many core subjects are there which have the good weightage in GATE and engineering services. Exactly the same way this subject is mechanical. In mechanical, without heat transfer you cannot like score out of out, means it has to be there in your course, and you should understand if you want to become the mechanical engineering fully. So let's talk about the preparation strategies and important question analysis. And once again, warning I am giving you, warning is it is important question analysis, doesn't mean that this question will appear in the examination. No one can predict what questions are going to come. I am just giving you idea what level they can ask you and what is the level of difficulty in your subject, okay. So let's talk about the very important term, that is heat transfer and all that. And today I will talk about the very basic part I know for electrical engineer guys it's not so easy to understand this subject, okay. So let's start with that first one. So as you can see, this is the syllabus is mentioned on the official websites, okay. So this is the official website syllabus, and if you go to that thermodynamics, power plant, and the last you will get this heat transfer. So heat transfer subject, so they given some syllabus copy, but if you know something else, this is a direct copy paste of the GATE syllabus. So whatever the GATE syllabus is mentioned in the brochure, same as it is, even those comma, full stop, everything is as it is as like a GATE exam. So it's clearly meaning that whatever the syllabus in the GATE examination, they simply copy paste in your brochure, right? So in the syllabus if you decodes, you will have something this one. So the modes of heat transfer, of course I am not going to talk directly, first I will tell you the basic, don't worry. So the first thing is your modes of heat transfers, then something called heat conduction, then resistance concept, electrical analogy, and this I think this electrical analogy makes you comfortable, right? So electrical engineer feel happy by knowing this term electrical analogy, but believe me, there is nothing called electric in this subject. Actually whatever the Ohm's law is there, that delta V is equal to I is equal to delta V by R, that we will paste it in a heat transfer point of view. So actually what happened, the way current is flowing, similarly we are taking it as a heat. So current is replaced by heat, voltage difference is replaced by temperature difference, and resistance is replaced by the thermal resistance. So this is electrical analogy is given. Then next is something called heat transfer through the fins. Then you have unsteady state heat conduction, lump parameter, Hessler chart, thermal boundary layer, dimension analysis, free and force convection. Then heat transfer to correlation over a flat plate and pipes, the effect of turbulence, then heat exchangers, LMTD and all that, and there is something called radiation heat transfer. So there are majoritarily conduction, convection, radiation and heat exchanger. These are the topics are mentioned, and once again I told you, once again I will tell you that this is the copy paste of the GATE exam. Okay, syllabus is copied as it is, right? Now, so syllabus is concerned. Now the very doubt will come, ki sir, how to prepare, what not to do, and all that. So please try to understand. If you are a ACE engineering student, ACE engineering academy student, suppose you already enroll for the some classes, okay, suppose you are already student, then no need to panic, because it's a responsibility of ACE engineering academy. They will try to cover this subject as early as possible before the exam in a very well manner. But suppose you are not the student of ACE engineering academy, then what to do in that cases? See what I am trying to say. Please try to understand, this is the lengthy subject and difficult subject in GATE exam for mechanical engineering. So don't try to carry out the mechanical notes. Don't ask any your mechanical friend, give me the heat transfer notes. No. Why? Because if that student is preparing for the GATE examination, then that syllabus will be very lengthy. So very lengthy approach will be there. For the GATE examination, it's a very in-depth subject is there. So what does it mean? This video is specially designed for GENCO exam. So you don't require much. So having that material with you, there is no use at all. So what to do, what not to do, I will tell you. Just wait for some time. Okay. So don't rely on the GATE notes or something like that. Okay. That's the thing. So this is the syllabus is given. Okay. Syllabus is there, and make sure this syllabus is exactly matching with the engineering services and GATE examination or any public sector exam. So whatever the mechanical engineering guys are preparing for GATE, engineering services, public sector, this is the same syllabus, they are studying that. There are many references are available easily. We have a very good quality of booklets, we have booklets. So you can go with the heat transfer books, but once again, if that booklet is made up of GATE examination, then your purpose is not solved. So you have to go for the engineering services, where the preliminary one means the stage one, where objective papers are there, objective test. So if you go with the engineering services prelims, not the mains, if you try to cover the prelims of the mechanical engineering, then your 70% job will be done, because engineering services prelims are matching with the other public sectors, because there is no calculators are allowed in engineering services. Questions are more theoretical, not so in-depth numerical base. So I request to all of you, instead of going for the GATE examination preparation, don't go for that. Don't go with that material. Better to go with the engineering services material, that will helps you. Okay, that you helps you. So now so what is heat? Why this subject is added to GENCO exam? So first of all, hope everyone is able to listen and all that. So if you have any difficulty, you can chat, right? That is not a problem at all. Okay. So hope you are able to hear me clearly. If you have any issue with the audio and video, please let me know. Okay. Chalo. Now, Okay. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what is heat? What is heat and why this subject added for a GENCO exam? So, what I am trying to say, we will not waste the time, why it is added and all that, all that. What I am trying to say, you are going for a power generation corporation, right? So, electricity department. Now, if electricity department, majority are the thermal power plants, right? So, you take any power plants, electricity, right? So, as an electrical engineer point of view, your main output is about all voltage and all that, electric requirements, transformers and conversion and all that, load, frequency, many things are there. But if you observe that, to produce the electricity, there should be some role of the every branch of engineering. First of all, the civil engineering will give you the structures, okay, proper structure they will give you. Then electrical engineer will think about the many aspects of the currents and all that, and in that the some major portion also for mechanical engineers. Like there are many devices like boiler, condenser, right? Many devices are there which is help to produce the electricity. So even though our output is completely electricity, but that doesn't mean that it is only work related to electrical engineer. This is the very group, it is a teamwork of the many engineers are working together. So there are many devices are there like boiler, condenser, evaporator, economizer, heaters, many furnaces are there, many things are there. So I don't know, I am not that much confident to say directly why they added the syllabus, but it's clear indication that they expect that as you are working for the GENCO, whatever the post they are giving to you, it's a basic requirement that you should know how boiler works, how condenser works, what are the modes of heat transfer, how heat will get carried out whenever something is burning, how water get boiled, water get converted, then turbine will works and all that. So as from that point of view, I am expecting that they added the syllabus, and of course they will not expect like your knowledge of heat transfer is like a mechanical one, no. But as a electrical engineer, you should know what's going on there. What are the modes of heat transfer, how much energy loss, what is Rankine cycle, how the cycle works, how to improve the efficiency and all that. Because at the end of the day, we need to think from that point of view, how to increase the efficiency, how to produce the electricity in a better way. Okay, that is our main aim. So because of that sense, they added the syllabus. They added the syllabus, so they want to make you good engineer, not only in terms of electrical engineer, at least you should have some basic knowledge of the how the boilers, condensers and cycles are working in that way, right? Now the question is, what is heat? What is heat and all that? See, remember one thing, it's very easy to say, ki sir, this subject belong to mechanical, we don't know anything, we are electrical engineer. No, we already studied from the childhood some basic concept, that is what do you mean by heat. First law of thermodynamics is already there in your 11th and 12th course course of physics, and suppose you prepared any special NEET exam or JEE exam on your 11th and 12th, or even though you are not prepared, in state boards also little bit portion of thermal physics will be there, like what is conduction, convection and radiation. So that is what I want to say. That is what I want to say. So please listen carefully. What is heat? Why it is important? Let me clear one thing. Okay. So see, listen. So suppose this is some matter. Let us say this is some object. Okay. Let us say this is some object, right? And this object is made up of atoms. This is made up of atoms or molecule. Okay. This is atoms or molecule. Now the question is, there is this entire subject is revolving around this word. What do you mean by energy? And make sure this is the important topic, because you are trying to convert the energy only, right? Electricity production, what? This is all related to energy only. So this entire thing is related to the energy. Now the question is, in the childhood, in the 11th and 12th, we may be studied that energy is something, capacity to do work, okay, like that word you may be heard. But technically speaking, it's something, energy is something which you know, but when you try to express, you cannot express in a proper way. You cannot express in a proper way. Suppose if you are say that, ki sir, my exams are there, exams are very soon, I am getting tension about the exam. And if I ask you, what do you mean by tension? So you will say tension means something, 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 but believe me, you will not fully express. You cannot express your tension or a depression, what does it mean? So you will say I am feeling sad, I am getting this excitation, something, something, but in reality you will not express what do you mean by tension. So exactly the same thing, exactly is the same thing, what do you mean by energy? So entire thing is revolving around the energy, but the fact is when I said define the energy, then it's very hard to define what do you mean by energy. So you will say, sir, if I eat the rice, I will get energy. Of course, very good. If you eat the rice, idli, dosa, whatever it may be, so you will get the energy. But is it rice is the energy? No. Rice is a solid. Rice is a solid thing. But when the rice goes to your stomach and when it breaks into the pieces, it releases some kind of energy. And because of that energy, you are able to work something. Suppose you are continuously walking, you will get tired. If you take a food, again you will walk, right? So energy is something which you cannot define in terms of water or rice or anything. Energy is something which you cannot define, but because of that energy, you are able to work properly, you are able to work something. So what do you mean by that? You are trying to convert in the power plants, you are trying to convert the energy conversion. Somewhere something is burning, somewhere something is burning. That burning is going somewhere, the shaft is rotating and generators and all that, it is going to produce. So you are changing the form of energy. So whatever the energy you want in that particular form. So if I ask you whether it is energy is there or not, energy is there or not. So of course you will say, sir, energy is there means he will do activity. Yes, he will do activity. So if any body having energy, definitely it leads to some activity. But now if you go to the atoms and molecules, so let us say these are the atoms, okay, let us say these are the atoms, right? So these are the atoms. You can't sense with a human eye can't sense the motion of the atom. So you require the microscopic view towards that body. So what does it mean? These atoms are there, inside they are colliding, inside they are bombarding here and there, they are going here and there. So what does it mean? They have energy. Then you will say one thing, sir, how I know that this atom have energy? Because I am saying they are doing activity. So you will say, no sir, I can't see the activity. So how I can believe? Then there is some term known as temperature. So please listen carefully, temperature. So there is some term known as temperature. So if anybody having temperature, right now, whoever watching and me, everyone has temperature. Our body temperature is 36 degrees Celsius roughly, 36 to 37. In the fever time, this temperature will increase, right? So what I am trying to say, if anybody having temperature, then definitely it indicates that this body having the energy. So temperature is a measurement of energy, means it indicates that body have some energy, but there is some flaw, okay? Temperature represent the one particular form of energy. So you may be studied in 11th or 12th or in electrical engineer also, ki energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it may change its form. So remember one thing, temperature is not measurement of the entire energy. Temperature is a measurement of particular form of energy. So if this body having some temperature means there is some energy, and because of that energy there is some change in the molecular activity. So please try to understand, two things will happen. First, either there is change in temperature. First thing, whenever there is an energy, they will exchange energies, right? They will collide with each other. So there is a change in temperature, or there is a change in phase. So please try to understand energy. Energy is responsible for there is a change in temperature or there is a change in phase. What is phase change means? Solid become liquid or liquid become gas, right? Solid become liquid, liquid become gas. So that is a phase change. So whenever a body having some energy, I am not talking about total energy, I am talking about particular forms of energies. Because of energy, there is a change in temperature or there is a change in phase. So there is a change in temperature or there is a change in phase. So now what does it mean? If anybody having temperature means it has a energy, right? So that temperature, see, temperature is the measurement of energy, but temperature is not the energy. Temperature is an index or it's an indication that this has a energy, right? Now, so let us say, listen here. Now, so how to prepare? Anyway, I will discuss on this. Now, try to understand. So just give me a second. Okay. So there are two things will happen: change in temperature or there is change in phase, right? Now, see, let us imagine this is a hot iron. This is a hot iron. Okay. So this having a temperature 200 degrees Celsius. This having a temperature 200 degrees Celsius. And now this is air. This is air. Okay. This is air. Currently you are living in that air. Okay. Now this is air, and roughly let us say this is 25 degrees Celsius and you are standing here. So let us say you are standing here. So you are standing air in a 25 degrees Celsius, and this is the hot iron, that is 20 degrees Celsius. Now what I said you, the temperature is an indication of energy levels, right? So as you can see, here it is 200 degrees Celsius and here it is 25 degrees Celsius. So here also energy is there, here also energy is there. I am not denying that. But you can see here the temperature is very high. Temperature is 200 degrees Celsius. It's like a thermal pressure. Most of the molecules and activities are higher. Here in this case activities are higher because they have higher temperature. And here the molecules or atoms are little bit silent, calm. So here activities are normal. So what will happen here? Most of the molecules have more amount of energy or something, so they are colliding with each other, and here it is a calm. Then what will happen? It's a natural tendency. It's a natural tendency ki if there is some unbalance, then things will comes to balance condition. Like let us say there is a high pressure and low pressure. Then what will happen? Because of the pressure difference, there is a fluid will flow. Fluid will flow because of pressure difference. Chalo, let us say this analogy you don't understand. Simple. Because of voltage difference. If there is a voltage difference, then there is a flow of current. Okay. So for the current there should be some voltage difference, right? So similarly what happens if there is an unbalance? Unbalance means here it is a higher temperature and here it is a lower temperature. So things will start flowing. The way current is flowing, but you can't see, right? You can't see. Right now you can't see that current is flowing, but you know very well current is flowing there. Because the wire will get heated and other stuff. So current will flow. Similarly what happens if there is a higher temperature and here is a lower temperature, there is some sort of unbalance. And because of that unbalance, what does it mean? This energy will comes outside. Okay. Now only the higher having the more activities, because it's a higher temperature. It is anyway the colder temperature is normal temperature. So what does it mean? Here it is a higher and here it is a low. So this is the transfer of energy. And this we call it as heat. So always remember, naturally the heat will flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. Of course, my dear student, you may be worried, ki sir, we are not mechanical, we are electrical engineer. Please try to teach in more simple way. Of course, I will teach you. What does it mean by heat? What do you mean by heat? So heat is nothing but the transfer of energy. So when the energy will transfer from higher temperature to lower temperature. And remember one thing, this is natural. This is natural. Okay, so only naturally the heat will flow from higher to lower. Now you want the heat should go from lower to higher, then this is artificial direction. So please try to understand, this is artificial, right? So this is artificial, means what I am trying to say, naturally the energy will transfer from higher temperature to lower temperature. But it doesn't mean it can't go from lower to higher. Of course it will go from lower to higher, but that is artificially. Some device need to be used. Some device need to be used. And this is natural. So what do you mean by heat? What do you mean by heat? Heat means nothing but the transfer of energy. But is it every transfer of energy is called heat? No. So please listen. From the classroom to your room, suppose you are staying, suppose you are local somewhere. So there are modes of transport. So after the class is over, you want to go to your room or you want to go to your home. So either you go by RTC bus, correct, or you go by metro. First RTC bus, then you go by metro, then you go by walk, or you may go by bike currently. Okay, trains not required because you are local something. Okay, so what I am trying to say, ki there are multiple modes of transports are there. Suppose if some friend call you, Are, I am coming to your room, please be there. So you will ask them ki how you are coming, whether you coming by bike. If you come by bike, it will take some time. If you come by metro, then it may be faster, and if you come by walk, it will take more time. So there are modes of transports are available: bus, train, bike, walk, or something like that. Similarly, there is a transfer of energy, no doubt at all. There is a transfer of energy, but if the transfer of energy is only due to temperature difference, if there is a higher and if there is a lower temperature, then automatically the energy will leak out, means energy will comes out. Energy will comes out automatically. So if the temperature difference is present, and because of temperature difference, if the energy transfer takes place, then that is called heat. Heat is a mode of transport, ki how energy get carried out. So whenever you use the word, ki sir, there is a heat transfer, then immediately you will think, oh, heat transfer means there are two bodies are there. One body is at high temperature, one body is at low temperature. And because of temperature difference, it's a natural thing that energy will comes out. That energy interaction or that energy transfer is called heat. And suppose if it is not due to temperature difference, because of something else, then it is not a heat. It is not heat. If you are going by the train, you cannot say going by the train and walking is same. No, walking is far different from the train experience. So similarly, energy can carried out by many ways. One is a mass transfer, second is your heat transfer, third is your work transfer, which you studied, maybe work done. Okay. So now the question is, please try to understand everyone. This is the pen. Okay. This is the pen. Everyone please try to understand, this is the pen. Now if this is the pen, if I put near the furnace, so let us say, wait a minute, listen. Okay. Let us say this is the furnace, this is the hot furnace. Okay. Let us say this is the hot furnace and this is the cold pen. This is the cold pen, this is the hot furnace. If this pen is near the hot furnace, then what will happen? Of course, this pen will get heated. Whenever you are staying near the furnace or near the fire, your body will get heated or not? Your body will get heated. Why? Because of there is a heat transfer. So this furnace is having high temperature, this is having low temperature. Because of high temperature and low temperature, the energy will carried out and this pen will get heated. So if you keep this pen under sunlight, then this pen will get heated. This is heat transfer. But suppose right now this is the pen, and if I rub continuously, see, this hand also have same temperature, right? So if I rub continuously, due to the friction, then what I will find ki this pen also get heated. But this is not heat transfer, this is friction which comes under the category of work. So please listen, the things which is not heat, that will goes to the other category, work transfer or something else. But right now our focus only on heat. So when you are standing near the furnace, your body get heated. When you are in front of sunlight, your body get heated. These are all what? These are all what? Heat transfer mechanism because of temperature difference. But heat is not the only way where energy can carried out. There is a pressure, there is a work done and all that. That's why we are not talking about the work and all that. So that's why we are only talk about the heat. Heat means higher temperature, lower temperature. So for heat transfer, HT, temperature difference compulsory. Temperature difference compulsory required. Compulsory it required. For heat transfer, temperature difference required. Compulsory, okay. And heat transfer is transfer of energy due to temperature difference. So due to temperature difference. So heat is a mode of energy transfer. Heat is mode of energy transfer. Mode of energy transfer. First of all, respond. Are you able to understand? Everyone? Everyone, please respond. Please respond so that hope you are able to understand. Hope hope you are able to understand, right? Someone is saying Telugulo cheptara sir. Vikram is saying sir in Telugulo cheptara sir. I love to speak in Telugu, man, but unfortunately I am not good at Telugu. Like I can't communicate fluently in Telugu, so hope you don't mind. If I know the Telugu, then why I opt for English? Then definitely I cannot opt for English. But unfortunately right now I can say only in English, so sorry for that, Vikram. So okay, you can type in Telugu. I can read Telugu and I can understand Telugu, no problem at all. But it's difficult for me to communicate in Telugu, okay? Okay, so don't worry at all, don't think. I think my English is not so, I am not like a English background. My English is just like you. It's you can understand easily, right? So don't worry about medium or something. We have like ACE material, but not for GATE, especially for engineering services. And my request to all of you, like if you go with the, we have solutions like engineering services prelim solution booklet is there. In that a very basic question, if you do, that will be more than enough. Okay, that will be more than enough. Okay, chalo, no issues. We'll continue that. Now, so heat is what? Heat is a mode of energy transfer, right? Now, so please listen carefully. SI unit of heat is joule or kilojoule. So make sure joules. The unit of heat is joules. Why? Because heat is nothing but the transfer of energy. So the energy unit is joule only. Energy unit is joule. Joule is the unit of energy, right? So, but suppose you are calculating rate of heat transfer. Suppose if you calculate rate of heat transfer, then unit of rate of heat transfer. Rate means with respect to time, heat transfer. So what is a heat transfer unit? Joule divided by rate, ante second. So joule per second. Unit of heat is joule because heat is energy interaction. But if you calculate the time, time, right? Rate of heat transfer, joule per second, and joule per second we call it as watt. Watt. So the unit of heat transfer is joule per second. Joule per second. No, right. Now, now everyone, please listen. Let us say this having hot solid. Hot solid. This is 200 degrees Celsius. This is 200 degrees Celsius. Okay. This is 200 degrees Celsius. And there is one more solid. Okay. There is one more solid. So this is cold solid. That is 20 degrees Celsius. 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, let us say this is a hot solid. Hot solid. Temperature 200 degrees Celsius. And here this is a stationary, means stationary fluid. Fluid ante this may be liquid or gas. Right now it is static, stationary conditions. So this is a 20 degrees Celsius. 20 degrees Celsius. So please listen, this is stationary. Let us say this is a hot solid. This is hot solid, that is 200 degrees Celsius, and in between let us say there is a moving. This is moving fluid. The fluid is flowing. Okay. Now let us say this is a hot solid. This is 200 degrees Celsius, and here it is a vacuum. Vacuum. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. It is a vacuum. Nothing is there, right? So this is hot solid, that is 200. Now, right? So some common sense. Listen. Whenever there is a hot solid and it is a cold solid, suppose there is a one hot kettle. We have tea kettle. So we have tea kettle, right? So suppose if the tea kettle is very hot, and if you attach your finger, if you attach the tea kettle, if you touch your hand, then what will happen? Your finger will get burned, right? Finger will get burned. Why? Because the direction of the energy transfer is like this. So there is a heat transfer like this. So if you touch the solid, your body will get heat. Okay. So your finger will get burned. Now here it is a hot solid, 200, it is 20 degree. Here also this air will get heated. Air will get heated. Here also it's a moving fluid. Here also the fluid get heated. Now here in this case the hot solid will lose. So here vacuum and all that, it will not get heated, but this solid will lose the energy. So please listen carefully. Listen carefully. If medium is stationary, then it is called conduction. It is called conduction. Conduction means the heat transfer take place through stationary medium. So please listen, whenever the heat is carried out in A. Okay. So listen, if heat is carried out in a stationary medium ante ide. So this is conduction case. So whenever the receiver is stationary, then heat transfer in a stationary medium is called conduction. Here it is a fluid. It is a fluid. Make sure for my eyes that fluid is not flowing. That fluid is not flowing. So please remember one thing. Even though it is a water, but that water is not moving in front of me. If it is not moving in front of me, then it is again called as conduction. Okay. Again we call it as conduction. Definitely you have doubt. कि sir gas will flow. Of course the gas will flow, but whenever the velocity of the gas less than 3 meter per second, that fluid we can't see as a moving fluid. So right now wherever you are staying in the room or somewhere, you see that air, if there is no fan, that air is act like a stationary medium only, because that velocity is so low we can't predict, we can't detect that it is a flowing. So still it is called conduction. But listen, but if heat carried out in a moving medium, if the heat is carried out in a moving medium, see the fluid is flowing, whenever you switch on the fan or something, the air will move like that, then it is called convection. So please remember, if the receiver is stationary, if the heat transfer takes place through the stationary medium, then that is called conduction. If the heat carried out in a moving medium, then it is called convection. Convection means over the solid surface one fluid is flowing. Please try to understand. Over one solid surface fluid is flowing. So that flowing fluid is, you can sense the fluid is flowing. So that is called convection. And suppose heat carried out without medium, heat carried out in without medium, we call it as radiation. So radiation is what? Radiation is nothing is there and the energy will carried out. Then you will say one thing, sir, how it is possible? Of course it is possible. How the sun rays are coming to earth? In between there is a vacuum. Between sun and earth, nothing is there in between. Most of the space is empty, vacuum, but still something is going on, because radiation is because of electromagnetic wave. Radiation is due to electromagnetic wave. So radiation is due to electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave is, you know, right? Electric field, magnetic field, due to fluctuations and all that, you have idea, right? So electromagnetic wave is happening in a radiation. So if the energy carried out due to the electromagnetic wave, then it is called radiation. Now in the solid, the heat carried out in a different reasons. Right now we will not discuss the reason for that. Right now you just focus on what? There are three modes of heat transfers are there. Please try to understand. Now what I am trying to say, listen. So if you see the modes of heat transfer, how the heat will carried out, modes of heat transfer, okay. So you will have three categories. One, you will say, ki sir, due to conduction, okay, or due to convection, okay, very good, and this is radiation, right? So this required stationary medium. If the surrounding medium is stationary, that surrounding medium may be solid, liquid or gas, but that should be stationary. In this case, it should be moving medium. Medium should move, very good, and that is only possible in liquid gas. Only the liquid gas can move. And radiation, it don't require any medium. No medium required. So there is no medium required. So please try to understand, the modes of heat transfer is conduction. If the surrounding is stationary, we call it as conduction. If surrounding is moving, we call it as convection. And if nothing is there, we call it as radiation. Okay, we call it as radiation. Now, hope you are able to understand. So, hope you are able to understand. Chalo. Now, listen carefully. So this is conduction, this is convection, this is radiation. Now very very frequent question will come, ki sir what is the weightage and all that. What I am trying to say, suppose you are good at other subjects. So let us say you are electrical engineering, like if you are good at 70% of your total syllabus. So let us say there is a huge syllabus and out of that 70% you are very good. Then believe me, no need to panic. But what happened, just because mechanical subjects are added, thermodynamics, power plant and heat transfer, immediately the students are panicked. But you ask yourself, am I good at other subjects? So let us say there is a machine, power systems or any other big subjects. If you are good at that, if you are good at that core part of your engineering, then why you need to worry about this? So this is just like a extra layer on your syllabus. But if you are good at that subjects, if you are good at your electrical engineering subjects, then no need to worry about this subject. This subject you need to read superficially what we will guide. But suppose you are trying to focus on this subject entire, but you are not good at machines, power systems and all that, then nothing will work out. Nothing will work out. Believe me, don't try to eat everything. You need to eat only that portion which you can digest very properly. So make sure your other parts, if you are 70%, 75% of your electrical engineering, you are damn good, very good. Believe me, no one can stop you. But suppose you are superficially on all subjects, then of course it doesn't matter to you. So what I am trying to say, this subjects, mechanical engineering subject, we will guide you. We will guide you what to do, what not to do. But you focus on their part, because this is the first time you are learning. So many things will troubles you. So make sure other subjects, your basic core subjects should be very good. Remaining subjects, these subjects we will take care, no worry about that. At the right time you will get strategies and all that. So this is stationary medium, moving medium, no medium. So let us say, based upon that what we discuss. So we will try to figure out, read the question, read the question, read the question and try to solve. Try to solve. What is heat transfer? Flow of thermal energy from low temperature reservoir to high temperature reservoir. No. Naturally, of course he is asking naturally. So heat transfer naturally takes place from high temperature to low temperature. So we should opt the option B. Flow of energy in the form of heat from high temperature reservoir to low temperature reservoir. So go for B option. Naturally from high to low. Next, which of the following is a method of heat transfer? Like which of these are following method of heat transfer? Convection also method of heat transfer. If it is a moving fluid, convection. If there is nothing, we call it as radiation. Then there is a conduction. So technically speaking, 1, A, B, C, all are modes of heat transfer. So go for option D. All of the mentioned. So go for that. Next, try to give answer. Try to give answer. I am waiting for your answer. Very good, very good. Radiation heat transfer is characterized by, what do you mean by radiation? Movement of discrete packets of energy as electromagnetic wave. Very good, correct. Due to bulk motion of fluid? No. Radiation don't require medium. There is a circulation of fluid by buoyancy? No. Thermal energy transfer, vibration energy lattice? No. So go for electromagnetic wave. So you can go for option A, right? Option A. Radiation is all because of energy as a electromagnetic wave. Next, which of the following statement is incorrect according to heat transfer? Means most of the statement they will give correct, one they will give incorrect. Heat flow doesn't depend on temperature. Read, heat flow doesn't depend on temperature. He said like that. Okay, so let's go for B. A material medium is not necessary for the heat transmission. Yes, radiation is without medium. So material medium is not necessary, correct only. the process of heat transfer is irreversible. Right now I can't say what is reversible, irreversible, but in future you will understand that heat transfer is irreversible. For heat exchange, a temperature gradient must exist. Yes, so this is also correct. This is also correct. Material medium is not necessary for heat transfer. This is also correct. So heat flow doesn't depend on temperature. No, it depends on temperature. If there is no temperature, there is no heat transfer. So for heat transfer, there should be a temperature. So based upon that, what you can say that this is your answer. A is right answer. So the answer of this question is A, because A is incorrect. Heat is depend on temperature, and the options are heat flow doesn't depend on temperature. No, it is depend on temperature. Now what I am trying to say, these questions are not asked for the mechanical engineering. For mechanical engineering, this is ABCD. So very simple questions are there. So based upon my knowledge, what I am trying to say, this type of basic terminology, what is conduction, what is convection, what is radiation, this type of basic thing they are trying to cover up. And believe me, whatever my experience is there in the AS Academy, right, from many years I am teaching here. So based upon that I am guiding you. It doesn't mean that I can't teach in detail. If you come to the other classes, I will show you what is in detail. But here what I am trying to say, that's what I told, this class only for GENCO. So for GENCO people, it is not expected that you are good at heat transfer like a mechanical engineering. No, because I don't know electrical subject, I don't know machine, I don't know power system. Of course, exactly the same way, mechanical engineer also have some electrical subjects in exam. But that is very basic electrical knowledge. What is motor, what is this and this. So exactly the same thing, the heat transfer knowledge, they expect like a very basic, what is heat transfer, what are the fins, and what is the mode of heat transfer, their equations, Fourier law of heat conduction, Newton's law of cooling, Stephen Boltzmann law. So these are some basic things they can expect. So in this session, I am trying to just show you that no need to prepare like a GATE exam, no need to prepare like a engineering services exam, just prepare like a normal GENCO exam, the way it is asking. And best thing, you will get the engineering services prelims solution booklet we have. ACE Academy having previous year engineering services, just go through that and read only theoretical questions. Theoretical questions, not numerical based much questions, no need to panic, okay. So that's it from my side. There are many things are there, but so many things discussion is not correct at a same day. So that's why I am stopping myself here only, and hope from the last 50-55 minutes, whatever you learn, hope you understand what do you mean by heat transfers and all that. So that's it from my side. Hope all you are well and you will do well in your exam. So wish you all the best from my side. Thank you.